Friday, February 9th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. Go fill up that cup. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good week. I have. Well, I mean, if you could take into consideration being off, mostly not making any money, uh, the wife being home 2 days of your 3 days off. But hey, good morning, Skipper. Good morning, Tony. Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Uh, Everything's going well out here, except water rationing is starting. You guys are water rationing already? Jeez. Good morning, Lady C. Great to see you. Haven't seen you in God since forever. Hope you're doing well. Morning, Justin. Yeah, I didn't think they'd start water rationing already. I mean, hell, it ain't even officially spring yet. Good morning, Nick. Good to see you, bud. Oh, I'm doing good, Lady C. I'm doing good. Just getting by best I can. Hell, the mud ain't even dried up here. No, ours isn't either. Ours isn't either. It is still a sloppy, soppy mess out there. Whenever you go walking around, you can hear the. And morning, Lee. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing great today. I mean, it's Friday. You got to be doing pretty damn good, better than our friends over on the other side of the world. It's already midway through Saturday and everything, so their weekend's done already started and half over. So the news is the driest we've been in a century. Oh wow, yeah, we don't get very much Canadian news here, and I mean unless something spectacular occurs, we don't see much from Canada down here. I am in the hospital. Why are you in the hospital, Justin? Hope all is well in southern Michigan. We've been having some pretty nice days. It got up near 60 degrees yesterday. Supposed to get up near 60 degrees again today. We laid down the other night at a little after 10 o'clock, and it was still 56 degrees outside. So I mean, you can tell that spring is. We actually had a thunderstorm last night, a small one. I mean, we had quite a few of them move north of us, but we got like a lower, just a lower fluff of clouds and a lot of lightning, a little bit of rumbling. But I mean, that quick, it was here and gone. Moved from the southwest to the northeast, and that was it. Just one little fluff of clouds about 10 miles long, and psh, gone. So, 66 here. Last I saw yesterday, found out I'm diabetic, and I had blood when I was going number one in the bathroom. Oh, that's not good. I didn't even get that bad. But much like everything else, diabetes being an autoimmune disease, It affects everybody differently. So, where my blood sugar was 860 and my A1C was 16, and but I never had that blood in the urine thing. So Jesus, man, God, training my truck, not the weatherman. Found out a good friend in the hobby is in his last days. Oh man, jeez, I'm so sorry, Lee. I'm so sorry. God. Let me see. It was 72 degrees yesterday, but we are expecting rain, possibly snow Sunday here in North Texas. North Texas is sounding more and more like Southwest Michigan. I never saw snow when I was down there, and I think the coldest we got in the four winters that I was there was about 65 degrees. So, luckily. So, did we lot wind at first, then the storm hit earlier this morning. Being diabetic sucks. All the shit you have to monitor and inject, but I'll still be able to do reenactment and my train club stuff. Dude, I'll tell you what, you don't ever let those problems get you make you stop doing the things you love, because you stop doing the things you love, and that's when you start to waste away. I literally, and God knows, keep my phone charged up the entire weekend. But I literally, when I come out of my coma, 2.5 weeks later, I was at a reenactment, and I mean the wife called like every 3 hours, and she was even calling me on her office phone, not even waiting for her breaks to check on me. But I wasn't going to let it bring me down. I wasn't going to let it stop me from doing what I love. I looked at the whole dying thing as my excuse to do all the things I always wanted to do, but never got the chance. Now I try to make the chance to go out and do those things. Uh, um, all in all, if you take care of shit, it's pretty mundane. Mother Nature is one this year with my area. I've said it many years now, and I'll continue to say it. Mother Nature is a fickle old girl, and frankly, I wish I knew her address, because I would send her a bottle of whiskey, one of those, great big Valentine's 5 pound Hershey bars, and a box of Midol. I would put a warm rag on her forehead, have her lay back and relax. Because she could be a contrary old girl when she is not feeling good. Nope. Do not ever let things slow you down, Justin. Um, that's one of the main reasons that I applied to Survivor, which I'm still waiting on a phone call. I figure I got about 4 or 5 weeks left until for the phone call process. But they have literally been known to call you 2 days before you have to fly to LA. So if they pick somebody and that person doesn't work out or can't do it, they'll start calling off the list until they find somebody that can fill that spot. So, but that's the reason I did that. I still have the dream of walking the Appalachian Trail. Maybe not the whole trail, but a good chunk of it. I put up my 17-foot phone antenna Wednesday. My 17-foot RON antenna Wednesday. That was much harder than I thought it would be. I bet it was. 17 feet ain't nothing to scoff at, man. I don't know who pissed Mother Nature off. She needs to leave North Texas alone. Oh, like I said, she's been pretty good to us. Um, old um, yeah, what's his name? Not Puxatawny Phil, the one over here in Illinois. Um, he saw his shadow. Spring's coming early, and boom, like within the next couple days, we started having high 40-degree temperatures, and then we got into the 50s, almost to 60. So she's been real nice to Southwest Michigan. It was 23 feet with the mast pipe. My God, man! Trying to stick that mast pipe into the mast pipe that was mounted already. That was a bit. I bet it was. I bet it was, especially if you had wind, because that old whip sitting there blowing back and forth in the wind while you're trying to stabilize it and hold it up against your body and slide it down into the already mounted mast pipe and everything. Yeah, it'll definitely uh, it'll definitely whip you around. FSU plays North Dakota and Notre Dame and South Bend in November. Very cool. Thought she was going to be nice to North Texas, but snow. Hey, what can I say? Yep, yeah. When I lived in and that reminds me, I should clarify. When I was living in Southeast Texas, you know, down around Houston, I never seen anything like that. Never seen snow or anything. Now, towards the end of the time that I was in Texas, when I was up at Wichita Falls, you know, west of Dallas and everything, we seen snow. My God, we seen snow in Wichita Falls, Texas, and up into Oklahoma, right across the Red River, just north out of Wichita Falls, um, like we see in Michigan. I mean, we literally there was three of us guys that were out shoveling the driveway and the cars and stuff out, and just I mean, you're talking feet of snow in north central Texas. Now, like I said, when you get down probably 30, 40 miles south of Dallas, Fort Worth, you don't see anything like that. But it was just amazing. I never dreamt that I would ever see um, snow in Oklahoma and Texas. It was insane. I mean, I had to show kids how to build a snowman when I was down. I mean, I was 30, what 30, 31, 29, 30, 31 when I lived in Texas. And, I'm out there with my friends' kids teaching them how to build a snowman in Texas. Wind wasn't a problem. Trees, on the other hand, understandable. Understandable. Might have to come for a visit. You know, you're always welcome, bud. You're always welcome. And, besides that, you being here might give Mark an excuse to come and visit too, because I've not seen him in months. Since the weather started getting bad, we're not going out and doing investigations. Right now, it was. I haven't seen him in probably. I haven't seen him in probably 4 or 5 months. Hell, I don't even get to talk to him that much anymore. He's so busy. See, I'm directly straight north of Dallas on Oklahoma-Texas border. Okay. All right. Good morning, Sarah. Good to see you, darling. Hope you're doing well this morning. Okay. I'm okay. How are you? You like my? Oh no, there's no wallpaper back here. It's all real. I decided to change up the background, make my own little office area here, so it looks all nice and pretty back here. Hung up my bagpipes, hung up my bearded axe and my Scottish knives, my sword and my knife, and just trying to make things a little prettier back here. Now, if I could do something with the rest of this room, my God, it looks like a storage facility in here. All my reenacting stuff, all my paranormal stuff, all of my tables, and the the wife don't allow my stuff outside of my room, so I have to, just keep piling it up in here. I've got old turn of the 20th century steamer trunks in here, and bookshelves, and all kinds of crap. Prayers to all those who need it. Definitely so. Definitely so. Everybody's got something going on in their lives. And, you know, regardless of what religion you are, regardless of whether you're religious or spiritual at all, a little prayer never hurt. No, it's actually material. It's a large piece of 19th century paisley material, and I just cut a 6 foot chunk of it off and hung it up on the back wall back here behind me. We had this little lamp sitting in the living room that we had this sitting on one of the tables in the living room, and I decided, nope, bringing it in here and decorating with it. We already have 2 lamps. We don't need any more. Thank you, dear. I do tend to enjoy a little bit of decorating once in a while. Um, the material I got um, from that little secondhand store uptown here that all the things sold go to help less fortunate, homeless, etc. It's the place I was going to take care of at Christmas time here in town with the donations and stuff. Um, But they have all kinds of stuff like that. They have blankets, they have clothes, they have shoes, they have dresses, they have household goods, all kinds of things that are donated for resale. Um, the sword and the Scottish dirk are the ones I wore at my wedding. The bearded axe is it's also called a Bruce axe. Um, that's what the Bruce used during the fight for Scotland's independence with William Wallace. And the bagpipes were a gift from a friend of mine, not very far south of the Scottish border. The one that comes here every year and stays for a couple of weeks. So that's where everything came from. You're welcome, Sarah. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. You too, Lady C. Come in and visit when you can stay longer, dear. But you take care of yourself and stay well, stay healthy. Give our love to the family, and we'll catch you soon. This coffee tastes good this morning. Last night I hosted another podcast with Danny on Unrestricted Paranormal. It was the subject matter was actually, so you want to be a paranormal investigator. And you know, Danny and I, being the two oldest in the group, we went on and hosted that one together. We have an amazing woman, Michelle Freed, that speaks on what's that called? Remote viewing. She also is or schedules guests for different podcasts and shows and stuff. She's working right now to get us some interesting guests for upcoming episodes. But last night was a pretty good show. We had some good information moving around in there for people. Things to look for, do's and don'ts, things like that. It was actually very interesting. You're welcome, Lady C. You take care of yourself, dear, and we'll catch you. We'll catch you sometime here real soon. Well, we're no closer to Papaw's Pizza, y'all. Um, I've got to set up an appointment at one of our local banks. Our credit union does not give business account or business loans. It only gives personal loans. For those of you that deal with banks and stuff like that, you know that the interest rates are higher on a personal loan than they are on a business loan. So right now I'm talking to a couple different people about investing. We're actually thinking about making the business a co-op, where we get all of our food supplies from local businesses, and then they get a percentage of our sales each week. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that one. The podcast is called Paranormal Notebook. and it's on Danny's channel, Unrestricted Paranormal. Here, let me put it down here real quick. That's how the channel is spelled out here on YouTube. He actually tried to do Unrestricted the normal way on YouTube, but it wouldn't let him. So that's how he done Unrestricted, UNRSTRXTD, on here. But if you go to the website, it's normal. It's unrestrictedparanormal.com. Quite a few videos on there, and quite a few of them you actually get to see, my happy smiling punim. So we just started it back up after a few month hiatus. Now last year we had several really good guests on there, and they talked about an array of things. So we're really hoping to get the guests flowing back in here real soon, because face it, um, just listening to us chat for an hour or whatever, um, not the most interesting thing in the world. Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. Anytime. So like I said, I hope you guys all had a great week. Hope you got some plans for the weekend. Um, I don't. I don't. I got to go back to work tomorrow morning and get screwed royally. Our our manager took a phone order um, yesterday, and my kitchen manager actually called me to warn me about it. Um, yeah, what a pizza order! They want 12 pizzas at noon on the dot. Um, it's going to be almost impossible, but I'm going to figure out a way to do it, because I'm really good at getting through the impossible. And I was trying to explain this to the wife last night, because when she managed Little Caesars Pizza, they had multiple ovens, and they had the large conveyor ovens where you could put a pizza here and 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 a pizza here, and they just slowly feed through the oven. We have stationary ovens, and our oven will only hold three pizzas at a time. So I have an hour at 5 minutes apiece to make the pizzas, and an 8 minute and 45-second cook time every three pizzas. So between 11 and 12, I have to somehow make a dozen pizzas. And I don't even know what these pizzas are. These could be specialty pizzas, they could be regular pizzas, they could be supreme pizzas, they could be any frickin' thing in the world. So I got to try to figure out how to get those be off work for 3 days and go back and um, bust your hump. Bust your hump. But I am the pizza dude, so we'll see what happens. I just hope they don't forget to tip us this time. We had a guy come in the other day and order 6 specialty pizzas. Almost almost 150 almost $150 in pizzas, and he gave the waitress $1 and just snubbed us off. It's like, next time I'm gonna pee on your pizza, dude. That's not gonna be butter all tanned up on the top of that thing. Do you get to bring pizzas home? On occasion. On occasion. I like to roll a crust on my pizzas. So when I toss the dough, I toss it out bigger than the baking screen, and I'll butter and roll a crust on it. That way I don't throw away. Good morning, Adam. Good to see you, bud. Long time no see. Hope you're doing good, bud. Um, Now, just for a little bit of variety, I'll throw some thins. I'll throw some crust in. But I don't like to trim the excess dough off. I believe if a person's paying that price for a pizza, they deserve all the dough. Um, but just for variety, I'll do some thin crust. I'll do some pizzas with a nice crust around them, nice buttery crust. I might even do a couple pretzel crusts just to just to add to that kick. But yeah, where I was going with that is we trim enough pizzas because a lot of people don't like that crust around our pizza. We trim enough of it that I pool the dough together in bags, and sometimes I'll make a pizza right before I leave and bring it home, or a couple pizzas or something for the family. So anyone watching the Taylor Swift Bowl Sunday? Well, we're having a Super Bowl party at the bar. Um, so yeah, I'll be there at least for a little bit of it. Probably won't stay till the end, but who knows? we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I done already know who's going to win it, so there's going to be a lot of really upset people. Um, going to be a lot of really upset people at the end of that game. I'll just tell you that right now. I didn't know the Super Bowl was this Sunday. Yep, yep, the 11th of February. And then on Wednesday is Valentine's Day. And that's when my beautiful wife goes back on night shift for 6 months. So I'm going to try to, I was going to try to make a real nice dinner and everything for her on Valentine's Day because she's supposed to work 11 to 7. But for some reason, on Wednesday, they're having her work 6 to 2. So, yeah, it's going to be more like a late lunch type deal. So, I didn't know. I saw a sign that said, I don't know who Taylor Swift is, but he sounds fast. Yeah. Well, you want to know what's really funny, and it was going around Facebook for a while. Somebody was quick on the draw with their cell phone, and they got a picture of a Taylor trucking and a Swift transport truck passing each other on the interstate, and right across the back of the truck it said Taylor Swift, and that that's sheer luck, man. That was such a shot in the dark being able to see that um she actually commented. Somebody told her about it. They sent her the picture, or they sent her the link to this guy's picture, and she actually commented on his photo on Facebook that it was ironic and hilarious that they were following a Taylor trucking and a Swift transport truck driving side by side down the interstate. I mean, don't get me wrong, we all know how celebrities can get, but she's actually, from what I understand by some of her super fans and stuff like that, she's actually a pretty down to earth girl. I mean, she when she's going in and out of concerts and stuff like that, she likes to give hugs and kisses and stuff to her fans and take selfies with them. And her security is trying to usher her to a vehicle or something like that, and she's wanting to sign T-shirts or sign pictures, or take pictures with kids and fan. Yeah, I don't know. We need some more celebrities like that don't forget the little people. Don't forget where they came from before they were famous. Of course, guys, you know that earlier this week we lost Toby Keith. He finally succumbed to his stomach cancer. Uh, Toby has been one of my favorite country performers for over a decade, and he actually he knew his days were limited, and he done an interview here about 3 weeks ago, 3.5 weeks ago, something like that, talking about his days on Earth being limited, and he hopes that he left good things behind. Toby was another one of those celebrities that, like you guys know, he owns a chain of very nice restaurants. He would actually go to each restaurant. He would cook, um, or just meet and greet. And from what I understand, he was a very kind-hearted, very loving individual that didn't mind walking out through his dining room and meeting people and taking pictures and things like that. So prayers go out to um, his family and friends. He's going to be dearly missed in the music community. Um, I love Seinfeld. Heard Jerry was a jerk in real life. I've heard that. I've heard that Jerry could be very offish when it comes to meeting with people and stuff. Um, I don't get it. I don't get it, because if it wasn't for those fans that watch his shows or go to see his stand-ups or whatever, he wouldn't be where he is today. So who knows? Who knows? Then again, we all know how rumors get started. He could be leaving a show or something like that in a rush to go somewhere. Somebody, hey, Deb, good to see you, man. I see them eyes peeking up there. Um, Somebody swore and said the V word. Why's my nose itch? The V word. Victrola? Um, Viscount? Venezuela. Violin. I can see where entertainer could get tired of people invading their private life. Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, that crap on February 14th. Garbage day. Chick-fil-A gave me a heart biscuit, and I just sobbed into it all. Well, Sarah, I'll tell you what. If you lived closer, if you lived closer, I would bring you over some flowers and a box of chocolate, and um, I might even bring you a Valentine card. But I'm not going clear to Virginia. No, I can't go clear to Virginia to deliver chocolate and give you your VD present. Um, that didn't sound right. I might take the missus out for a burger, but otherwise I don't do Valentine's Day. We're actually throwing a Valentine's Day party at the bar as well. This was not my idea. I swear to God, it was not my idea. We're doing heart-shaped pizzas and all kinds of really fun shit. I hate it because on the 15th is the day my son passed away. It's been 21 years. Oh my God. Yeah, I can. I'm so sorry, Dev. That's rough, man. That's rough. I can't even imagine as a parent what that's like. My kids are all healthy. They're strong. They got families of their own, except for Ash, of course. And we're kind of hoping she never leaves home. But yeah, I can't even imagine the hell that a parent goes through. Um, Something like that happens. That just makes that just breaks my heart. It just, I mean, that just, and not even my child, and it just rips my guts out. I'm taking my kids to dinner that day and sending them flowers to school. It was totally your idea. Did you think chocolate strawberries too? No, but I can make chocolate covered strawberries at home. I actually make some pretty elaborate little strawberries when I do chocolate strawberries for the wife. Um, but yeah, no, no, no. We're doing heart shaped pizzas and stuff. So it's what the people want. We've had a lot of people inquiring about the Valentine's party and drink specials and everything. So I think we're gonna have a full house on next Wednesday as well. We're looking at 100 plus people in the bar for the Super Bowl party, but we think next Wednesday is gonna be pretty busy too. Yeah, he was 7 years old and passed of childhood cancer, neuroblastoma. Oh my God. I can't even imagine, man. Can't even imagine. I used to do tuxedo strawberries for V-Day when I worked as a chocolatier. Oh, wow. Now, I've never done tuxedo strawberries. Normally, what I'll do is I'll either dip them in milk chocolate or a white chocolate, and then I will do um, either a pink chocolate drizzle or an opposite color from whatever they're dipped in, and then I'll drizzle them. But yeah, I've not got that fancy doing tuxedo strawberries and stuff. My gosh, my little boy's 7. I can't imagine how this feel. I cannot fathom ever getting over. Yeah, see, that's how I am. I mean, when things like that happen to children, um, it just it tears me up whether I know them or not. And I mean to the point where I can't even watch the advertisements or the commercials for the children's hospitals and stuff. Um, and we know those commercials are geared to make people want to donate money, but it just I can't do it. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm kind of tearing up just thinking about it. I can't do it. I can't even fathom um, going through that as a parent. Can you imagine my son would fuck up perfectly good strawberry because it's cute and romantic. Romantic, Tony. Romantic. Nothing says love like tacos. I, I can agree with that. I mean, yeah, I can, yeah, do white full, then milk or dark on the sides to make the jacket. That makes sense. I have some years good, others bad. This year, I'm more wanting to hide and run away. I can't blame you. I really honestly can't blame you. I'm not a fan of chocolate. How can one not like chocolate? Naked Burritos says more in love. Um, yeah. What's a naked burrito like? No cheese on top? Eat enough to make yourself sick. Wish I could hang longer, but I have to head off to work. Have a great day. You too, Adam. You too, man. Thanks for coming in, hanging out, bud. It's been forever. I was actually just thinking about you the other day, hoping you were well. We hadn't seen you in so long, so I'm glad that you had a chance to come in and hang with us for a while. You have a good day at work, and take care of yourself. And we'll catch you later, bud. Welcome back, Mister Nick. I also want to apologize to everybody over the video yesterday. The one that didn't come out because for some reason, and I haven't figured it out yet. Um, when I was uploading the video, the Survivor application video on Tuesday, I went on and uploaded the video for yesterday after I uploaded the Survivor video, And for some reason, it also came out on Tuesday, even though I had the date set for February 8th. It came out on February 6th, and I haven't figured that one out. The For those of you that don't upload videos, you have to go through and put your title in, hand type your description in, when it's going to become visible. And for some reason, when I typed in the 8th of February, it reset to the current day. So that's why there was no video yesterday, because both videos came out on Tuesday. But I've got a real good one coming out on Sunday. The other one that came out on Tuesday was Exposed: The Truth of Elizabeth Bathory. Was she really the serial killer that, history says she was? You might be surprised what modern historians and doctors are saying today about that. And then Sunday, we have a video coming out called Lost History: The Etruscan Civilization. The Etruscans were around in 200 BC over in the Tuscany area of Italy, and just all of a sudden the entire civilization vanished. So we examine that one there a little bit and go through the that one there comes out Sunday. Super Bowl day, or in Tony's case, sleeping day. But the Etruscan civilization video comes out on Sunday. Yeah, I'll try to stop in more often. I hope so, my friend. I hope so. Where's Rusty been? That's a really good question. I need to get a hold of Rusty. I've been kind of concerned about him, because we don't see him that much anymore. Real Naked Burrito Sarah is no wrap, just open in a bowl. So you got your beans and your meat and your sour cream and your lettuce and your cheese and your tomatoes and your sauce and avocado, if you want avocado on it or whatever, all goes in a nice big bowl. And yeah, basically it's a taco salad. Never heard of it. Jesus Sunday. I need to figure out all that info so I can load some of my vids that I'm starting have to ready to load. No sleep, full day. It's a good day to go shopping. Yeah, that's all. We need to do that too. We pulled the last of the meat out of the freezer yesterday, and she don't get paid until Monday. Now I'll get my little, probably less than $100 check today, but that has to put gas in the car and stuff to get her back and forth to work. And then she has to do the house payment and the car payment, the insurance payment, and the furnace payment. So yeah, we might be living on ramen noodles and tuna for a while. So if you guys start to see me losing weight, don't be concerned. It's just malnutrition. Yeah, pretty much, but on rice for a naked burrito. I could do that. I like rice. Rice is yummy. We do a lot of rice. We do a lot of rice. We do a lot of now tonight. Mm, tonight, my when the wife was at the store 2 weeks ago, she found Hamburger Helper on sale. Now, when I was growing up, Hamburger Helper was 85 cents a box, and my mom bought a lot of it. She introduced me to the taco hamburger helper and the crunchy enchilada hamburger helper, and the traditionals, the stroganoff and stuff like that. But the wife found the crunchy enchilada a few weeks ago when she went to the store, and it was on clearance. I think it was like $1.25 a box or something. So she's going to pull out some venison today, and she's going to make crunchy enchilada hamburger helper tonight. So we have meat in the freezer, but nothing for sides. Well, right now, we're kind of going both ways. The pantries are looking pretty bare, and the freezers. Yeah, we have moths that are trying to exist in our freezer right now. It's so empty, kind of like in my wallet. Moth lives matter. I feel your pain. I was just in that spot. It was rough. We got several months of food set aside, but I'd rather not break the seal on that stuff. Yeah, they don't the good ones anymore. Yeah, you don't see a lot of the brands, at least here in this town. You got to travel, 30-minute round trip, go to a town that you're gonna, where you can get better deals. But well, no, I take that back. It's almost an hour round trip. But yeah, in this town, they only have like three or four kinds of hamburger helper, and then you by the time you get tuna, or I was actually gonna take my check and just go up and get meat today out of the manager's specials, and by the time my check's printed out, all the manager's special bin's gonna be cleaned out. They put stuff in it at like 11 o'clock, and it's usually empty by noon. All the burger, all the sausage, all the steaks, everything else is gone in like an hour. So what do you do? It's about $2 here at Fart Mart. Had that plenty as a kid. Yep. Winged proteins. I'm so sick of frickin' chicken, man. We've had chicken for 2 days now, and that was the last of it, the last of the chicken. Hamburger was gone Monday, but we still got. Well, she pulled that venison out. That was the last of the venison. So yeah, yeah. Oh, winged protein moths. I got you. I got you. Have to watch what we buy because of Billy being lactose. You know, since the diabetes thing hit me, I have noticed that I am uh, lactose intolerant more so. Does it slow me down? No. It's just one more way I can torture the wife. I my daughter baked cookies um, a few days ago, and the wife was out getting the leftovers put in the fridge. And I went out there and got, three of my daughter's cookies and put them on a plate and walked over to the fridge and opened it up, pulled out the milk, and she turned around. She goes, "No, no, no, I'm not going to spend the evening in the bedroom watching Survivor with you, gassing the place out." And I just poured more milk in my cup than I normally would because I knew how much it irritated her, and she suffered for it, and it made my day. It made my day. She likes to over exaggerate. I personally think it smells like a flower bed in August. She thinks it smells like a Texas garbage dump in August. But ice cream, big tall glass of milk, cheese. The way I figure it, she continues to make cheesy things and puts milk in them and stuff like that. So I think secretly there's a fetish involved somewhere. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Deb, I have not been on I have not been on any of my meds whatsoever in over 3 months. Since my state insurance lapsed, I have not been on any of my meds whatsoever. And believe it or not, I feel 100 times better not sticking that pharmacy in my mouth every day. I don't feel tired anymore. I don't have problems going to the bathroom. I don't nothing since I got off all those meds. So we can't blame the meds. We can't blame the meds. Hey, Sean, good to see you, bud. Happy Friday to you, too. Hope you're doing good. Hope things are nice and pretty and slowly getting warmer over there in Illinois. Follower beds next to sewage reclamation plant. It's a very good possibility. I noticed that since I've been taking mine. More gas. Yeah, well, you're moving someday, hopefully soon, to your pretty little cabin down in Missouri. So it's only gonna suck for you for just a little bit longer, Tony. It's like I said earlier, though. I like our little Illinois groundhog more than I like that little fat bastard out on the East Coast. Puxatawny did not see his shadow. He says more winter. Our little Illinois guy saw his shadow. He says screw winter. And ever since he come out of his hole, we've had beautiful temperatures over here, slowly getting warmer every day. So I'm going to start siding with our little Illinois guy. He don't ever got to worry about being in the crosshairs, as long as he's treating us like that. So it's been beautiful over here. You forgot something. By the way, the diagram of what you're looking for your spatula. I know. Yeah, I know. I forgot about it. Believe it or not, the note The note is still right here. Don't forget, what's it say? Do diagram for Nick today. It's still right there. I've been so busy trying to get ahead on the videos and stuff, I completely forgot about it. I should buy an antenna and tripod mount for the cabin. Cool. I knew what you meant. Antenna and tripod mount. I knew what you meant. Oh, Woodstock didn't see his? I thought he did. You know, I don't blame little Woodstock. I don't blame him. He's bass backwards. It's okay. He's still cuter than Puxatawny Phil's old ass, so I don't think Gertie's seen hers either. You finally come into the light. Tony, I'm still years out, Nick. No, I was out there. It was cloudy, no shadow. Yeah, I know you was out there. I was watching you. Well, I was watching the celebration. There should have been more Sean's face in that video, but you know, it's kind of hard when you're, filming. You know, that'd be a very interesting video topic. You know, at what point in time, when did we start basing the length of winter on a fat rodent, and why? I have never heard I've never heard or seen anything on when and why we started relying on a groundhog to tell us when winter was going to end. I have to look into that. Once this house is paid off, I may move down there and leave the missus here to provide the insurance. We never did. Just around the corner, 6 weeks. Same thing, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And I've noticed that. You know, we could very well, like I said, we've been in almost 60 degrees for 2 days now. We had that little 10-minute thunderstorm come through last night. Gonna be up near 60 degrees again today. Hell, this time next week we could have a foot of snow on the ground. You just never know. Trees are a better teller of an early spring. Yeah, don't come and live up here. Robins the same way. We've had winters before where we've had really nice temperatures during the harsh part of winter, 50s, low 60s. Robins have started popping back up. Trees have actually started budding. That happened here just a couple years ago. The trees started to bud, and then all of a sudden we had a huge freeze and had snow on the ground and stuff just a couple weeks later. So yeah, it rarely happens that the trees and nature gets fooled. But once again, that falls into the whole, Mother Nature is a fickle old girl, and she's going to do what she wants to do. So
Don't matter. It's 6 weeks before winter. Might sleep. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if any of the groundhogs here seen their shadows or not. All of them near or on my property end up goners between me and the dogs. Might not have seen his own shadow, but he's seen the shadow of old Red coming up behind him really fast. Didn't have time to get back to his hole. And I told you guys the other day we've got a groundhog that lives here under our shed. And every time that fat little booger comes out and runs across the yard, all the cats are on him. You know, we got all them little homelesses from the neighbor that like our house more than theirs, so they come over here and live in our shed and under our deck and up on the deck to get petted and stuff when we go in and out. And they see that groundhog and they're on him. They're all rolling around in the yard, and then he gets under the shed and they just kind of stand there looking at that hole like, I ain't going in there, you go in there. I ain't going in there, you go in there. Oh yeah, groundhogs are terrible on a farm where you have livestock and stuff. You know, they leave those damn burrows everywhere, and horses, cattle, sheep will step down in them, and they'll break an ankle, break a knee, whatever the case may be. Then you're out. I mean, you got to shoot a good horse or something because it's broke its leg. Who would that? Who would that? I don't know who that is. Groundhogs can be problematic for livestock. Horses are like dogs. They're easy to get attached to. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I remember mine when I was little, still to this day. And they've been gone for, Christ, they've been, I would say, just based on the horses themselves, they've all been dead for 40 years. And I remember I remember riding them bareback when I was, 4 or 5 years old. We got rid of them when I was 6 because mom and dad couldn't afford to rent the land anymore. We kept them on. They couldn't afford to feed them. Um, but I had 5 ponies out there, and of course, Hoss was my favorite. I used to ride him around all the time. There's one of these days I'll actually get those photo albums from my sister that mom and dad gave her years ago, and there's pictures of me at 4 years old on Hoss's back, riding him around the woods. So of course, showing you those pictures, that's more ammo for Tony to talk about how cute I was as a child and then wonder what the hell happened to me. So, weird. Never had holes in our yard as a kid. Had family of groundhogs under old shed base. Hmm. So I mean the dogs have fun with them. I'm not going to see one of my horses break leg. So I take care of the nuisance problem. I don't see pics. I monitor the chat. Good man. Good man. Keep all them haters away. I could pop it out, but that takes, oh, behind the heart. That takes effect. Okay, I won't be able to read it until it. Here, hold on. I'll fix this. There we go. I could pop it out, but that takes effort and thought. Since I'm going back to work tomorrow, Tony, I don't know when you plan on sending that package. I've been watching for it the 3 days I've been off, but the daughter will be here all day, at least over the next 2 days, and then nobody will be here until Wednesday for more than just a few hours. I'll be gone about 5 or 6 hours through the day, probably until Wednesday next week. So I'm just trying to, I just want to make sure it's not whenever I get to the FedEx or UPS. Okay. All right. I just don't want it to sit on the front porch for very long. I mean, we've never had a problem with porch pirates, and the girl across the street, even though she's at home, FedEx or UPS or something shows up to her house, her stuff sits out on her front porch, sometimes 8 or 10 hours before they open the front door and get it. So I just don't want to take chances. I'll be in Illinois tomorrow sometime, Tony. I want to know when you're coming to Michigan, you big galoot. We've been talking about you coming to Michigan for 2 years. I ain't seen you yet. Why the hell would you want to do that? Because he's a glutton for punishment, Tony. He's a big dude though. He could probably take it. He could probably take the punishment like a champ. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good this morning. Going to Scott Air Force Base. It'll be fun. I like to go down to Grissom whenever I get the chance to and see what they've added to the Air Force Museum. Been over to Michigan plenty of times, and yet we have not met up this year. This year, though, definitely. Yeah, definitely. We need to, man. We need to. Even, I mean, even if you can make it over to one of the Ghostoramas. We have one in May and one in June right now, and we're looking at one in September. So, If you want, I can try to get you the dates, or you can go on to I think it's Ghostorama.com, and get the dates. I was hoping Danny would pop in this morning, but as late as we were up doing the podcast last night, he's probably still sleeping. But yeah, our first Ghostorama is in May. Um, it's going to be at the Bell Mansion in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and pretty cool place. Used to be used as a mortuary and a morgue, and it's also been a mansion, of course. But we're going to do the after hours ghost hunt there, and then the one in June is going to be at the Beacon Club in Kalamazoo. And of course, you've got all your dealers and stuff during the daytime, and then at night, um, we are going to do the after hour ghost hunt. Divide up into groups with different guides. I'll probably, as I have at the other three, I'll probably guide one group, and Danny will do another one, and maybe Tommy amongst the tombstones will do another one. Who knows? Um, but we got those at least in May and June. If I'm here, I was telling Danny last night during the podcast that if I do get accepted for Survivor season 47, they're planning on starting to film sometime between late May and the beginning of July. So I will be gone for about a month and a half. By the time you go through Survivor training camp and do the whole thing, and then go to their psychological evaluation afterwards to make sure that being away from your family and shit that didn't mess you up in the head. So who knows? Give you tropical island PTSD. I've been to Scott. It was pretty base when I last saw it. Figure I would dish out some of my own punishment while I'm there. Gonna hit the commissary and PX. Bought a carton of smokes. That hints how long ago it was. It wasn't really that cheap, as I was told. It's been a while, I take it. Back when I worked for GSA. Oh, goodness gracious. What do we got? Okay, it's only 9:24. We still got plenty of time left. I do like having these days off because it gives me a chance to give you guys your full stream instead of, having to cut out at 9 or 9:30 in the morning. Um, I am kind of thankful for these days off. Don't make for very good paychecks, when you only pull like, 13, 14, 15 hours a week. Less than $100 after taxes, but at least I can give y'all more time. Back then, GSA owned a couple of buildings at Scott, so my Fed police ID would let me in. I think I might go to the antique store. Yeah, I miss the stores there in Niles, man. I used to go to those all the time. I found all kinds of really, really cool stuff. Um, the one great big one that's not on the main road right there, the one that used to be the great big store a block back when you're heading back towards um, the first road north of the main strip right there, where the Gold Nuggets at. Um, they actually carry a lot of steampunk stuff in there. And that stuff, when people create that stuff, it always fascinates me. A lot of the things they carry in there um, looks like it could authentically, historically be a mix between the Victorian era and steam-driven energy. So it's not as sci-fi or fanciful as a lot of the things you see in the steampunk genre. My missus is showing pics of wood-fired cook stoves on her Facebook, so that is probably going to be my next big ticket buy. What can you say? She likes the whole wood-fired cook stove. It's like I told you guys the other day. This summer, during a whatever series of days off that I have, I'm planning on building a large beehive oven outside. I need to get my hands on some clay and some, yeah, the old J.C. Penney's, the big two-story building right back there, just straight down the road from the Gold Nugget, heading north right there at the next intersection. But I want that outside oven to cook pizzas in, to cook bread in, whatever the case may be. Thousand you light fingered. I figured, bud. But yeah, a wood fired cook stove, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. I just wish you could make it down there to check on your property a little more often. I can't imagine living in one state and having a house in a different state that I hardly ever get to go and check on. That would drive me bat crazy. Today's my short day at work, so I'm going to go home, do some of my homework, make a lesson plan for my students, and drink some coffee. I don't blame you, Sarah. I don't blame you. I mean, granted, it gets a little boring just sitting around, especially when the wife has to work and stuff. But luckily, as for right now, her days off are Thursday and Friday until next week. And she'll work Saturday, Sunday, be off Monday and Tuesday, and then start third shift on Wednesday, and then Monday and Tuesday will be her days off from here on out, at least for the next 6 months. Then God only knows what they're going to do to her schedule after that. But yeah. Well, I'm going to jump off here, get back to working, and listen to more history. We can do coffee and chat. There you go. All right, Nick. You take care of yourself, bud, and I will do my best before I do anything else today to sketch out that stuff for you and send it to you. Send you pictures of it. So I'll do my best. Just depends on whether or not she comes running in here to start our day as soon as I'm done here in a half hour. We know how them women can be. Happy wife, happy life. Well, happy wife, or you don't wake up in the middle of the night with a pillow over your face. So, you have a good day, bud. Take care of yourself. We'll catch you later. I'll get some other work. Nick care. We get to watch Townsend's at 4. Oh, that's right. John's going to be on today. So that's one really cool thing I like about um, doing that Kalamazoo Living History show in March every year. Is John is always there. He's always got the Townsend's booth set up, and he's always there. Busy man. Don't get me wrong, but he'll take the time to sit and chat with you. I might even try to interview him this year. Who knows? I've known John Townsend for over 20 years, so I don't know. We'll see if he's got enough time for a short interview or something like that. Central Time here, baby. Oh yeah, Illinois is an hour behind us, and then you get out towards oh, what is it? Oklahoma. I think they become 2 hours behind us out there, and then of course California, Oregon, Washington are all 3 hours behind us. I think Hawaii's 5 hours behind us. So I don't frickin' know. I don't call anybody in Hawaii anymore. I haven't for 7 or 8 years. I ordered a book on Ben Franklin from him a while back and lost it. Oh, I had ordered Pierce Tin Lanterns from him 30 years ago. And the really cool thing about it is the store is still there. Even though they don't do a lot with Open Door anymore, they do more internet than anything, sales. The store is still there. You can call ahead. And yeah, yeah, my time zone is the same as yours. I'm on Eastern time, Sarah. It's 9:32 here right now. But if you call ahead, um, they'll invite you in to look through the store as it's set up. The last time I was there was probably nine 9 years ago, and the store still looks the same as it did 20 years ago. So they've got a display case of old guns up there. Um, what is the name of that town? Hold on a second, and I'll tell you. It's just east of Warsaw, Indiana. Um, oh, they don't have a contact me. So, and I cannot, for the love of God, remember the name of that town. Hours and physical storefront. Um, Yeah, it says right here. No, Friendship. Friendship, Indiana is way down in the south. They do a huge national gun shoot down there every year. That's way in southern Indiana. Trying to. No, contact us. Oh, bloody hell. Pierceton, Pierceton, Indiana. Um, oh, bloody poop. I will say this: if not for my grandmother getting ill, I would have never came back here. I never wanted to visit any of the states that starts with I's: Idaho, Indiana, Illinois. Well, at least Michigan doesn't start with an I, so you can visit Michigan. Um, there's a lot to see here. My God, there's a lot of history here. We were discussing that in the podcast last night. Um, you figure being right up on the Canadian border, a lot of your French explorers that were exploring the Ontario areas and stuff up north were coming down into Michigan, and a lot of our northern towns were founded by Canadian French explorers. And when it come to mapping out the state of Michigan, they actually had Jesuit priests from France that came over and started on the far east side, and basically walked and done the lakes all the way around the state of Michigan, and that's how they documented the borders of Michigan, was the French explorers and the French Jesuit priests. So there's a lot of history here dating clear back to the 17th century. Um, I knew it was tied to them lanterns somehow. I was in St. Louis area, still in Illinois, but about 10 minutes from freedom. Every state has its own history. Well, except maybe Nebraska. Hey, there's an Ellsworth, Nebraska. Believe it or not, I'm actually related to the Ellsworths that founded Ellsworth, Nebraska. When my family um, started moving westward, some of them stopped in Tennessee. Some of them stopped in Indiana. Some of them kept going westward. So, yeah, I always wanted to go to a town with my last name and just see if there was any family that was still, resided in those towns. I'm not sure, but I think I just seen Jan pop up in there. Oh, oh shit! There's sunlight. There's sunlight. That's freaking sunlight. Where's that? Is it here? Oh, you can see it right there. Look at that. Sunlight. Sunlight. Or somebody's out there spotting deer. Nope, that's sunlight. That's definitely sunlight. Ooh, sunlight. Hey, Jan. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well this morning. Yeah, I'm still on. I'd like to see the lakes in Michigan. I love I love that by Lake House in Michigan, actually, but that's way unaffordable. It gets pretty expensive, that's for sure. But you live in a town like I live in, or, well, you live in a village like I live in, and it's way more affordable. I mean, our house being, 3 blocks away from the lake is considered lakefront property now. So especially since they started turning this town into a tourist destination with the new piers and the new beaches and all that. So I mean, you could still buy a house here. There's just here a few years ago, there was a nice, beautiful old Victorian style house. Had all the gingerbread work on the overhangs and stuff like that. 4 bedroom. They had it selling for $65,000. So, Grandma and Grandpa bought this place 19 years ago, and they already owned the land because they had a house here already. But when the house got torn down, they moved this modular in. They only paid $10,000 for this piece of land, properly fixed up and landscaped. This piece of land's worth over $200,000 now. So that's my goal, is to get it landscaped, get a real nice retaining wall put in, get this hill taken out at the front of the house, and actually build a retaining wall and fill it all in, plant flowers and stuff and hedges, and make it a nice place. We had sun yesterday and this morning, but now it's cloudy. Canada has more lakes in it than the whole world combined. They really do. River your home, become lakefront a time or 2 a year. I went out at 8 to go to the license bureau to renew tags on my driver's license and bring your boat. I can renew mine online for $350. $350. That is less gas to drive to the DMV. Yeah, really. Very true. We don't care about Canada until y'all decide to become the 51st state. Tony, I forbade you from starting an international incident. Do not start an international incident with our Canadian brethren and sisterathan. Yeah, Canada fought for their independence from the UK for way too long. I don't think they're that eager to join another country. I think they like being their own individual. I think they do. I don't think they're too awful eager to become American citizens. And yet, 450 square foot condo here starts at 450K. Psh, we don't have Gavin, dude. Ours is so close. It's just as easy to go there. Raining here. Oh, it's pretty here now. Like I said, it's supposed to be right at 60 degrees today. 59. One forecast says 59. One forecast says 60. So I don't know. We'll see. And besides, U.S. fears Canada. Anyways, because of our geese. Hey, those things are dangerous, man. They'll take down a plane. They'll attack your car. They'll attack your children in a park. Little velociraptors, man. Those things are terrible. And you can't do anything about them. I guess they have diplomatic immunity because you go to jail for killing Canadian geese. So, yeah, I think they have diplomatic immunity. So they can do whatever they want to do here and not get in trouble for it. I got nothing against most Canadians. They're good people. I live near Toronto. Cold air mass bullshit. I wouldn't mind Missouri. I really wouldn't mind moving to like Savannah or Charleston. Charleston's a nice place. I've never been to Savannah, Georgia, but Charleston, South Carolina is beautiful. I had to wait in line for geese crossing the roads. Seagulls and pigeons, you can't kill. Jail time. I see. I've never heard of that before, but I have seen more than one article in a newspaper or heard about it on the news where people have hit the geese crossing the road, and yeah, the police come straight away after them. So yeah, it's like I said. I figure it's like some kind of diplomatic immunity where they can just do whatever they want to do and get away with it. I won't kill something that I won't eat unless it kills my food. Savannah is beautiful and haunted. I have heard that. They used to run after Phoenix when he was little. They would hiss at him and chase him. Coyotes are feral cats. Now, see, we don't have that big of an issue with feral cats, but around these parts, you shoot all the coyotes you want to. So, I have been told that better than a farm dog, a gander. Yeah, they won't let nobody on your property. I don't care if they're invited or not. U.S. University students in spring run up, take pics of their young, and get violently attacked. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely stay away from a flock of geese when they've got little fluff balls with them. You stay away from them. They are. You think humans are protective of our children? Shit. Geese will tear you up, and they come at you in droves. They're like little gang members, man. They'll come at you, 10 strong, take you down, start hitting you with those damn little clawed flippers of theirs, and like I said, they're like little velociraptors, man. They're going to try to eat you while you're still alive. I'll mention something about Georgian cities and other southeast states. Do not go there in the hot summer. No, I'm definitely here to tell you that the southeast, when they talk about a warm summer, I think that's really what they got in mind. Plus, you've got the humidity from the oceans and stuff that you don't have, here or in even further west, like where Santee's at in Tucson, or Las Vegas, places like that, that are in landlocked states. Um, they don't have. It's a totally different kind of humidity. It's warm, but it's not moist. So yeah, definitely you stay away from the Carolinas, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, um, Louisiana. It gets hot. I knew what hot was being in the Southwest in summer. But that humidity, oh my God, yeah, tell me about it. The South is definitely hot. We can go up in the mountains and get cool. Very true. Very true. And that's amazing how that works. Because you're down at sea level, and it's so humid and hot. And you would think as you go up and get closer to where that humidity's coming from, you would think it would actually get warmer, but it doesn't. It gets a lot cooler. That's one thing I always enjoyed about taking our family trips when I was younger, and going to North Carolina, South Carolina, stuff like that. It may be 98 degrees at sea level, but as you're up in the Smoky Mountains, or you're out in the Ocala National Forest or something like that, it is so cool. I mean, temperature like drops 25 degrees. It's very, very cool. I mean, cool enough you're wearing a jacket at times, or at least a windbreaker or something. Don't forget too, Jan. May, and Danny and I talked about this on the podcast last night. May is the Ghostorama at Bell Mansion in Fort Wayne, and June is Ghostorama at the Beacon Club in Kalamazoo. I don't have the dates for them, sadly enough. You're gonna have to get on the site to check out the dates of those, the exact dates. But I know the Bell Mansion's in May, and the Beacon Club is in June, and then the next one won't be until probably mid-September. Depending on what mountaintop you're on, you might even see a little snow. Very true. It was impressive in the mountains when we went through, stopped to take pictures, and the kids were like, "Oh hell no!" My mom, God bless her, she was nuttier. She's nuttier than squirrel poop. She she would always bring 4 or 5 gallon milk jugs when she travels up here, or when they go to Ocala, or something, Cherokee National Forest, um, but where the water is running down off of the mountains along the highways and stuff, my dad would pull off and my mom would fill those milk jugs with mountain water. And she said it was almost magical because they could have these things in a hot trunk for 10 hours. And when they stopped somewhere, she'd get out and she'd take a drink and it was still ice cold. And I'll never understand how that works. But still to this day, she'll take milk jugs and drink it straight out of there. And the really funny thing about it is this stuff has been filtered through limestone and granite but I mean, think about this. This stuff comes out of streams. It comes down the mountain. It's had dirt washing in it. A deer has pooped in it. A bear has barfed in it. But when it gets down to the bottom of that mountain and is splashing at the roadside, you could put it in a glass and hold it up and it's crystal clear. It's the most amazing thing. And it stays cold. They have literally stopped leaving Tennessee, filled up milk jugs, brought them all the way up here to Michigan, 10 hours. And those milk jugs are still ice cold in the trunk of the car. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I know about spring water, and they are awesome. I don't understand it. I don't understand the physics behind it. It completely baffles me that stuff can stay that chilled. It's almost magical, and I'll never understand how that works. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. My God, it is 9:57. Almost time for me to draw up a couple diagrams for Nick and figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my day. I think I'm going to go spend it with my wife. We have a spring-fed lake here named Spring Lake. That makes sense. There, that's a little bit better. Yes, this is my last day off. I go back tomorrow and yippee-ki-yo-ki-yay. Start off my day with a 12 pizza order that's got to be done an hour after we open. Going to be very interesting. Yep, this is her last day off for the week and my last day off for the week, and we gotta go get my check. we got to go get my we got to go get my my very poor less than $100 check. And pittance. There you go. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, that's it. It's a pittance. I like getting 3-day weekends. Yep, me too. And it's really kind of cool because You know, we've had the last 2 days off together. We both go back to work tomorrow. We both work Sunday. Then she starts her Monday, Tuesdays again. And then Wednesday on Valentine's Day, she starts her third shift for the next 6 months. But her days off will be Monday and Tuesday again. So, which means I got to get my days off scheduled done. Oh, me, not you. You can't. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. We are actually just getting ready to walk out the door. But I'm glad I saw you this morning. There was a well on a golf course here that had great tasting water pumped straight out of the well. They closed the course and piped Lake Michigan water now. Subdivision. Go figure. Go figure. But all right, guys and gals, once again, it's been a pleasure. I hope you all have an incredible Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. Of course, we'll be back here Monday morning, bright and early, for some more coffee and chat. But until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. And we'll catch you first of the week. Y'all have a good day.